first time you saw yourself in the goggles and the uniform, did you have the same reaction that I did, which was
absolutely?
Like, oh
I mean,
God.
the makeup and the hair department, just the work that they did. I mean, everybody that had a part of this project just brought their A game. And so, when I walked into the trailer and saw the wig, I was like, I had this moment of like reverence. And then, of course, you put the goggles on, but it was just, I mean, it's just from top to the bottom. It's just the details that people paid attention to it really made it so much easier to get to step into the space of being this great character.
And I assume you were like the rest of us, and I didn't play basketball at Cal like you did. Reverence for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from birth, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's like the prototype, right, for when you're thinking of a dominant center. And so, growing up in Southern California, the Lakers were my team, and he was literally the center of that universe. And so, so it was. The other thing is, as an actor, trying to embody the confidence of such an incredible basketball player was fun and very challenging, because when I played, I was like anxious and terrified, and so like stepping into like just his dominance was also something pretty special.
Well, the first couple of episodes of Winning Time, and when we see you, you hardly say a word, right? Yeah. Like so you're acting without actually speaking,
right?
Certainly the scene where Jerry West comes to find you meditating
right.
And reading, looking over the Los Angeles landscape to inform you as Kareem that magic is he's going to put him down in the post. And he's going to take all the elbows instead of you.
Exactly.
And you hardly say a word to him.
Right. I mean, which is, you take, what is it? They say it's like, 30% of communication is actually articulating something with words, like using your vocal cords.
Right.
And so, there's so much of just his presence, right? He's thoughtful, he's soft-spoken, but he communicates so much with just his presence and his body language.
And is this true? Is this your first acting job, Solomon?
This is my first professional acting job. It is, yeah.
How did they find you?
So Francisco Elson, who played basketball with me at UC Berkeley and played with the Spurs, won a championship with the Spurs, a casting agent had reached out to him in 2019, and Francisco's in the Netherlands, and he wasn't interested, but he suggested me. And so the casting agent reached out to me. And, honestly, Rich, I tell people, right after I graduated from college, I moved down to LA, and I had two goals in mind. I was going to pursue a professional basketball career, but I was also interested in acting. And so I went as far as meeting with a talent agent, and it was like the most dismissive meeting I've ever had. I mean, it was like the guy so clearly articulated that I was wasting his time. And so like literally like the door shut on my face. And so I'm someone who has always had a fascination and an interest in this space, because film and TV and theater have had such an impact on my life personally. And so, so when the audition opportunity came my way, I was just excited to just put myself out there and just, get an answer, a yes or no. This is like after years of just like literally looking on Craigslist for opportunities in local shorts. Like this was, at the very least, I get an answer. And so, after 2 auditions, I found out I got the part, and I was like, what? So, yeah.
How did you approach playing Kareem then when you were trying to get ready for such an important audition?
Man, literally, I liken it to how I prepped for writing a dissertation, right? Just like the ultimate research process, just like pouring myself into everything, watching all of his interviews. I mean, we're blessed that we're in the YouTube era, right? Where there's lots of footage that you can draw from. But I mean, I've been reading the stuff that he's been writing about himself since I was a kid. Giant Steps was one of the first big books that I read growing up.
Is that right?
And so, his documentary, Kareem, A Minority of One, which it's incredible. I feel like of the people that are part of this project, I definitely benefited from Kareem being pretty generous about how much he shared about his life.
Because I heard that you had reached out and he was not terribly interested. I don't think many Lakers of that era are terribly interested.
Right. I mean, I've gotten the opportunity to meet Jim Chones, and he was awesome. He was in Cleveland with us. Obviously got to meet Norm Nixon. And
true, because Devon has been in that chair.
Right, exactly.
And playing his
here.
dad. In this is kind of crazy.
Right. Yeah, and so I mean, I'm hoping that with time, people will see that this project, this story, it's coming from the hearts of like real deal fans who have so much admiration for it, just how they literally changed sports. So.
And I just love all the touches. We talk about it all the time. All the touches, from the way it's shot and the way the communication between the the characters goes down. And sometimes it's real, and we wonder what's real and what's not. and just the little touches about the pop culture part of the era.
Right.
When I saw you dressed as the Kareem and the pilot in Airplane with the kid next to him, like they got down every like look at it on the screen right there. Like that's it. And you're dressed as
and the same cockpit.
Come on.
That's the same cockpit that they shot Airplane in. Yeah.
They got the same cockpit for this?
Cockpit, right, yeah.
Wow.
That line where you tell your dad to drag Walton and Lanier up the court, you know.
Exactly.
Well, and then afterward, you're just like, bleep off, kid. You know?
Right. And that kid was so great. Landon Gordon, such an incredible actor. He's great. We had a lot of fun that day.
I mean, that looked just like it.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh! Just seeing John C. Reilly walking around his bus. I mean, do you just bust out laughing a little bit sometimes,
it's
or what?
everything. I mean, from Adrian Brody to Jason Segel to Jason Clarke. It's like I definitely had maybe a month of just like the fanboy stuff where every time I saw them, I was like, do I say hi? Do I not say hi?
Right.
And then then you're colleagues and you're working together. But yeah, I mean, just the amount, to your point, the amount of detail that hair and makeup and set design put in, it's really fabulous.
Picked up for season 2 already. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
So I am mandated to ask, even though you strike me as a very positive glass half full guy, but I'm from New York, so there is a little bit of spite in me. Have we revisited a conversation with the talent agent that gave you no time?
I forgot his name.
Come on now.
I think
remember
he
the
used to
agency?
rep Billy Blanks. I think I heard that.
Like the Tybo guy?
The Tybo guy, I think, yeah.
He discovered Billy, or
I don't know.
okay,
Yeah.
but this guy who gave you no time and made you feel like garbage, that you had no future.
Right.
We need to revisit him.
Well,
now.
there's a part of it's like if I forget the name, then I don't say the name and then give him any credit. Right? It's like go on, be blessed. You go your direction, I'll go my direction.
I understand. That's the high road. I take a different approach. Screw that guy, is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I got that all the time, trying to break into business and trying to get on TV. And I traveled around parts of the country, just knocking on doors, literally knocking on doors of news directors to say, hey, I'd like you to hire me when you have a job open. And I felt like garbage. One guy, I got doors slammed in my face. I was cursed at by one person, and I would love to find every last one. And how do you like me now? You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I would love for you, man.
Yeah, no, to that point, Rich, I definitely can relate to that. A number of instances of people like, you don't belong in this space, right? And so one of the things that I'm most grateful for with this experience is just how welcoming like the seasoned actors were. I mean, you talk about like they created a culture of belonging, and I really think that helped us really perform well. Like to a man, Adrian Brody, Jason Segel, Jason Clarke, John, Gabby, Hatley, et cetera. Like everybody, and the producers, the directors, it really was, we're welcoming you in, and we fully think that you can contribute something. And so, yeah, it made a huge difference.
Yeah, we've had Michael Chiklis on here a handful of times too. The fact that he plays Red Auerbach, he's got to be out of his mind that he gets to play, because he's such a masshole, and I say that with love.
He's great.
Show's great.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Solomon Hughes.
you.
Anytime you want to come back here, let's do it again.
Right.
Congratulations to
Thank
you
you
and
so
all your
much,
success. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.